Having clear boundaries is a really key part of being healthy and well, particularly if you're working with chronic pain or stress, anxiety, or any sort of chronic health condition. Having clear boundaries, firm boundaries, can help you thrive. This is one of the best ways to take care of yourself, but having boundaries can be really hard. Now, what are boundaries? Well, if you think of a fence as a boundary, it delineates, it shows us where one place starts, like your neighbour's house, and one thing ends. So it's a fairly clear line. In terms of your social context and all of your relationships, which can bring you such great joy, but can also be really a source of difficulty, particularly when you're working with your physical and mental health and trying to improve your physical and mental health. Essentially, boundaries are about your level of comfort. Okay, what you're comfortable with. How are you comfortable being in relationship with other people? When we think about boundaries, there's often 3 different types of boundaries people might mention. And there's boundaries where we're very porous. So maybe it's not clear to us what our boundaries are, and then consequently it's also not really clear to other people in our life what our boundaries are as well. And that can get us in trouble by leaving us really exhausted and overwhelmed and at the whim of other people's needs all the time. And then we have really rigid boundaries, which are very rule-based, and we're not very flexible or malleable. And those very rigid boundaries in our social relationships, they also get in the way of us just having some sense of joy and playfulness in these ever-evolving relationships. Because if it's one thing I know from long-term friendships or partnerships, is that we change and other people change. So our relationship needs to change, and we need to be able to navigate all those new experiences together. So rigid boundaries aren't so helpful either. So today I'd like you to contemplate healthy boundaries. These are the sort of boundaries where you get really clear in different spheres of your life what you're comfortable with. And it's actually okay to prioritize what you are comfortable with. And every now and then, other people might feel a little bit uncomfortable about your boundary. And in another video, we can talk about communication and how to help introduce your boundaries to people.